This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Fan.
Aquarius Home Services has your shot at 4 tickets to see Green Bay take on the Purple in early January, plus $500 in game day cash. Register for your chance to win today on the KFAN contest page. That's KFAN.com/furnace to enter today.
Sounds good. Thank you, Zacho. Ben Lieber's over there. Fargo's still there. Tomers as well. Cast of Thousands. We talk a lot of football today. And, of course, going to do the news real quick. But Carson Wentz spoke to the gathered throng yesterday about why he didn't pull himself out of the game there in Los Angeles.
The whole time I felt I can still help this team. You know, at the end of the day, I knew what I was signing up for. It wasn't like anyone was forcing me to go. I mean, this is my 10th year in the league. There's a lot bigger things in my life to worry about, so I wasn't going to do anything that would be detrimental to my own health.
Yeah, you know what? The news is what's scheduled next, and I want to hit this just so we make sure our sponsor knows we love them.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the 2026 IIHF World Junior Championship.
Tell me more, Zacho.
World Juniors MN26.com tickets, single game tickets starting at just $39 for the best hockey tournament in the world.
That's right. There you go. It's going to be fun. But even more fun is this conversation and how everybody's got their own opinions, and I've heard so many different things about it. So let's just dive right into it if we don't mind, guys. Well, we got so many football experts here. Carson Wentz stays in the game. The most fascinating thing, and I don't think we've talked about it, Corey. What's dude's name? The color commentator guy for
Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah, Herbstreit. What did you think of Kirk kind of calling Carson out about making faces and grimacing so much? He kind of just intimated that that's something a quarterback shouldn't do. Do we agree with that, Ben? What do you guys think?
No, I actually did not hear any of these comments.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Am I wrong, guys?
No, he basically
during the game?
Yeah, during the game.
During the game, and then a lot of people were like...
Okay, Zach's going to pull it up for us, but I can't wait for you to hear it. I'm surprised you guys didn't hear it because he was very critical, saying a quarterback shouldn't be making those kind of faces.
Like he has a choice. Yeah, exactly. If he has, torn labrum, dislocated shoulder, and fractured socket.
And I wonder if Kirk wouldn't have made those comments if he had known there had been all these injuries. But I did find it really fascinating. Let me know when you get that. Oh, you go. Please go ahead and play it.
Tell you 1,000 words or replace it. This can be like 3,000 words.
Yeah. You know, I understand. It's been obviously a rough night, and he hadn't had a lot of help. But to me, when you're the captain of the ship, you're the quarterback. You got to try to hold some of that emotion in. And I know he's frustrated,
and he's hurt,
but it's week 7. You know, there's a long way to go, and I think some of that's just raw emotion.
Yeah, he's been in the mix master tonight all night long.
It's when he threw his helmet.
He's talking about when he threw his helmet on when he's coming off the field. Yeah, that's what I mean, it's less about, I think, to defend Kirk a little bit, I think it's less about the injury, and he thought he was showing emotion because he was frustrated with the protection and the performance of the team.
Okay, yeah, right. That makes more sense to me.
That's the way I kind of understand that.
Okay.
And less about, I think, if he really understood how much pain he was in, like physical pain he was in from his shoulder, I think you'd have a little bit more grace about him throwing his helmet. Either way, I actually disagree. I sort of still disagree with everything about that. I understand that you want your quote unquote your leader to be more encouraging, a little bit more stoic, but I kind of like a lot of piss and vinegar out of players. You know, like.
Especially when it's needed.
Yeah, when it's needed. It's not like he's thrown his helmet after the first series. You know, he's not being a baby about it. It's like it's later in the game, nothing's working. He's getting his butt pounded in, and he can't get he doesn't get any protection.
Tommy wants to be drafted. Tommy wants to be back in football. Tommy has eligibility.
Right when I heard it.
I know. And
Tommy's saving that.
It's late in the game. He has to show that this isn't working, guys. I'm not being protected.
I'm not happy about it. And then you throw in the fact that, like, his arm, his shoulder is killing him, then I have no problem with any player in that situation throwing your helmet, showing some emotion.
But Hawk, they should have pulled him. I mean, with 10 minutes to go in the game, and he looks like he's about to roll over and die. You have to, as a coach, you have to be the bigger person and tell your player, you can't go. You're in a lot of pain. It just seemed and they were not going to get better in that game with him playing quarterback. They weren't going to come back and win. So to me, it was like, gosh, you got to kind of read the room. And when he's coming off, there was a couple series in a row where he really showed his pain, not just his frustration. At some point, you're like, let's get him off the field. This is my belief. As the coach, you're the bigger person to say, he's injured. He's showing it. Let's just go to and that's not because I wanted to see Max Brosmer to see what he could do. It's just like, we're going to cut our losses and move on.
So my rebuttal to that is, you are one player away from putting your injured quarterback in the game. If Brosmer goes out there and he gets hurt, right? Because we've seen this a lot in the NFL. The backup quarterback gets in there, and because of, I don't know. I mean, I'm a big believer that your body's got to be conditioned to play football, and you don't get out there and get hit very often. Then you get hit, they come up gimpy and they come up lame, and they twist this, they roll that, they get hit on a pass play, and next thing you know, there's an opportunity for your emergency quarterback.
I agree.
Has to go in the game, in which you're trying to really nurse him back to 100% health. I think that if he can last through the pain, because the pain's going to subside in his shoulder, and he can go out there and execute a minimal game plan, because at that point, Brosmer or whoever it's going to be, you are just basically going to hand the ball off and have some short, quick passes.
Can I real quick, guys, look for clarification? I don't know the answer to this. If you bench Carson Wentz and then Brosmer comes in and gets hurt, you can't put Wentz back in?
Of course you can.
I think you can, but I think if it's because of injury,
it would look odd.
I think it would. I think optically, what's that going to look like?
Because I think in that situation, this is my opinion. But if you take Wentz out, he's out, right? And he can't come back in. You would label him as out.
No, I don't think it's like a pitcher in baseball. I think that he can go back in. I don't mean that,
but yeah.
It sounds crazy, Ben. Who's the guy that threw the halfback pass against in London?
Yeah, the running back.
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers comes in and plays quarterback the last 5 minutes. I mean,
that would be better than putting JJ out there.
Yeah, it would be. And that's what they would do. I remember growing up watching the Chicago Bears. They were forced to put Walter Payton at quarterback for the fourth quarter.
I remember that,
And it's just like, what are you going to do? Like, they would have had options.
Did he sling it? How did he do it?
They won the Super Bowl.
He struggled. In that game, he won the Super Bowl?
Sweetness struggled? Come on, man.
Yeah. It was a tough situation to watch. It wasn't fun.
Yeah. But the thing is, okay, so even if you go to plan D or E and you just bypass plan C at quarterback, either way, because we don't know like how Brosmer potentially gets injured. Well, what if he's injured for several weeks?
No, I agree.
Well, then all of a sudden now you feel like JJ's on a path to start, so he starts this Lions game. Then you don't have a backup quarterback at all.
You would have gone out and found someone, but yes, I agree. There's no one out there.
John Wolford comes in and he's the backup quarterback for this game.
Not ideal.
What if he doesn't get hurt?
I love it. Keep going. Come on, go, Tommy.
You talking about Brosmer?
Yeah.
And he just slings it.
Do you think there's a controversy or anything that happens in that moment?
Hey, I think this is illogical, but there were a lot of people on Twitter going, are the Vikings afraid to let Brosmer sling it because they don't want JJ to look bad? I think it's preposterous. If we had a Purdy moment to Trey Lance, right? If you had Brosmer come in and just light it up, that's great news for the Vikings. I don't think they would be thrilled if they found their franchise quarterback in Brosmer. It doesn't have to be McCarthy. They want one of them, hopefully McCarthy, to be the guy. I don't think they would be like, oh, God, we can't let Max be good.
No, it's not. They had the pastor.
The Pastronaut was good for a week or two.
I think they were trying to protect Brosmer. I think so, too. I honestly think the way that the Rams in that offensive line couldn't protect Wentz, they weren't going to protect Brosmer. And I think to your point, it was a little bit about the longevity of like the season and having a strong backup. They probably knew even going into the game it was going to be a struggle to get Carson Wentz to complete the 17-game schedule with them. They're hoping he could. But when they couldn't protect him, it was going to be tough for any quarterback, Cam Akers, Max Brosmer, whoever, to stay upright and not get injured.
Yeah, because we don't know anything about either of them. Well, we have 7 quarters with JJ, and we don't have anything with Browser. Like, why not just try it? That was my whole thought.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He better be ready this week. I'll tell you that. I mean,
right.
You just never know.
It's a tough place to play too. This would be a tough game.
Totally.
Oh, this is going to be. Yeah, this is going to be a really difficult.
Did anyone pick the Lions and pick them in the challenge?
I'm out.
Yeah. Same. You're talking to the wrong room.
Yeah.
Hogs Daddy and I are in.
I can't remember who I picked.
I did not. Benjamin, the stat on ESPN about 15 minutes ago was that the Lions are somewhere around 8.5-point favorites. According to ESPN, only 10% of the money is on the Vikings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
10% of bets, I should say, not necessarily the money. 10% of the bets are on the Vikings. The other 90%.
Yeah, not a lot of confidence that they're.
I think Nordo said the last time they won as a 8.5-point dog or higher was the game you guys played that Tuesday night in Philly. I think that's the last time the Vikings have won as an 8-point underdog or more.
It's hard.
Yeah,
when you're that big of a dog.
Yeah. I know we'll have some time to talk about it at 7:40, but I mean, this has to be, if the Vikings want to win this game, and I'm not even talking about just bets here, if they want to win the game, he's getting his butt pounded in. I know. Yeah.
Oh, Tommy, your phone's ringing.
I'm so glad that was clipped up.
Please play it again.
I will.
This has to be the best game that they played all year. Like, from every single phase. I mean, we have, like, all the things that we go into every game with, we're like, well, if we could just do this and if we just do that, like, we have to put it all together, and we have to hope that they play a subpar game in some of those areas as well. So, like, it almost has to be the perfect storm. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but this has to be a level of offense and defense and special teams that we haven't seen yet.
All right, a couple of things quickly. Number one, Tommy, you got to go, right?
I got to roll.
All right, Tommy, you're the best. See you next week.
Love you guys. See you next week.
Love you.
Tio's the best. Number two, you're absolutely trucking Flash this year in bets, right? What's the bet this week?
We struggle to find one. I try to get Ben to take Kansas State. The big game this week is Vanderbilt is at Texas. Texas minus 2.5. I stayed away from that game. I'd love to see Vanderbilt go on the road and get another big win, and I hope that happens. But most of the money's on Texas. But we are going to agree on College Game Day is going to Utah for a 9:15 p.m. kick on ESPN. Cincinnati, which is a team that's really been strong outside of that opening weekend loss to Nebraska, great quarterback. They're out there running back. So that point spread has moved quite a bit, or he's questionable. And Utah just put a beat down on Colorado last week. I think Sauce is at minus 7.5. Utah is hosting Cincinnati.
You are correct.
Ben's taking Utah minus 7.5. I'm taking Cincinnati plus 7.5. And outside of that, I couldn't get anyone to take a look at the Edina minus 6.5 at Forest Lake game. And of course,
Rangers.
And of course, Minnetonka hosting minus 19.5 versus Prior Lake. No one wanted that. And the other big bet, which I think really is exciting, a 6-seed Moorhead at number 2 seed Woodbury, kind of out in the east side of the city.
My goodness.
Moorhead minus 19.5. Road favorites at Woodbury.
Can you imagine?
Gotta love high school football.
That is the longest road trip possible. It's
totally, dude. It's 5 hours.
Ben, your hands up.
Yeah, real quick, since we're talking high school, real quick, I want to say a huge shout out to my daughter and her Benilde volleyball team. They won their section final last night.
Let's go, baby.
They're headed to state.
Nice.
They went into Delano yesterday with a packed house. Awesome environment. I mean, the coolest environment for high school volleyball, and they beat them in 3 straight sets. So congratulations to them. They're going to state next week.
Nice.
Right on. All right. Flash, Tommy, thanks.
Sky, you
Actually, hang on. I shouldn't say Flash, Tommy. I should say Flash with a long pause, and then Tommy Olsen. And Sauce will do sports after this. Power to Morning Show on the Fan.
Hi. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Power Trip Morning Show. Over there's Ben Lieber. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Are you ready for some sports?
Yeah, why not?
I know you love it.
Let's do it.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
Come on, Sauce,
do something.
We're doing Vikings news next, but they battle the Lions in Detroit at noon, pregame at 10. They are an 8.5-point underdog.
Ben, we'll talk about this in a second, but why not just do it now? We mentioned it yesterday. The Lions have never beaten the Vikings 6 straight times.
Juicy.
But if they win on Sunday, this will be their 6th straight win against Minnesota.
Yeah. See that sound, Sauce? That's what you and Kels could be for Halloween.
Yeah, turn around, just like Taylor
just like Taylor Lewan right now. See, there's Louis.
Yeah,
he's wearing a hot
dog costume, and you guys could be ketchup and mustard, and just make that sound all the time.
We probably
if you and Kel are going to be ketchup and mustard, which one is which and why?
I would probably.
Don't you normally say good question? A lot of people have been.
Maybe he didn't think it was a good question.
You didn't think that was a good question?
Maybe he didn't think it was. Maybe he didn't think it was.
Which one of you would be ketchup and which one of you would be mustard?
Good question. A lot of people are asking that.
Oh, wait, here comes Mayo. Hi, Tommy.
Oh, Tommy.
Yeah, shouldn't you be sauce of some kind, like barbecue sauce?
Yeah, but I don't think you put that on a hot dog.
Louis doesn't know. He's 9 months old.
He's 10 months today.
Lionel's 10 months old.
Sorry, I wasn't counting.
It's Louis.
Oh.
Whatever.
What's Harrison going as for Halloween?
Why would I learn other people's kids' names?
Because you've worked with me for 20 years.
Oh, there is that.
God, the bits are great.
Yeah, nonstop.
Yeah, I would probably be mustard because my lovely wife doesn't like mustard.
Does she like ketchup?
Yeah, she puts ketchup on a hot dog, yeah.
Damn right she does. That sounded bad, but it really did as well.
Yeah.
I love it as well.
That's his wife, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I've seen her naked.
Yeah, so me seeing Hawk naked is just returning the favor.
Yeah, full circle.
Yeah, full circle.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now I think we have to complete the circle, though. Now Kel has to see you naked.
Oh, why?
Sex!
Why are you so mean?
What are you talking about? I just said that would be awesome.
She's seen me naked.
Circle is complete.
Button bar. Week 9 starts with the Ravens at the Dolphins tonight. Oh, the Ravens are 7.5-point favorites, and they will have
Lamar back.
We've talked about this a lot this week, Benjamin, but it's pretty crazy that a 2-5 team is favored to win their division.
Yeah,
that's how easy the schedule is, and obviously that's how good they are once they get healthy. They are, by most people's opinions, a Super Bowl contender when they're healthy. So it's crazy that a 2-5 team is still favored to win the division.
They're early 3.5-point favorites against the Vikings next week.
And
I don't it's not more.
And it's not even like a controversial take.
No.
Like I think everybody in the NFL world looks at the division and their schedule and they look at their talent and they're like, yeah, when they're healthy and they're rolling, they're one of the top 5-6 teams in the league. So why wouldn't they win the division?
I think we're going to look back at this season. There's going to be a lot of things we're going to remember, but that schedule has been torture.
Our schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
even worse than we thought it was going to be.
Well, and it's going to get worse, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Somebody, was it PA or Nardo yesterday, said that they've had the easiest schedule up until now, and then the rest of it is the toughest schedule left.
I think Chris is not talking about necessarily the difficulty, but the
travel.
Dublin, London, Thursday night to LA, just in general.
Yeah.
But
it was harder than we even expected. And I know the injuries made it worse. But
injuries definitely made it
way worse.
But my gosh.
Yeah, you're right, Hogs.
I feel like I haven't been home in a month.
Yeah, well, you've been with my dad.
Yeah, he is kind of home for me when I lay in his arms.
That's very sweet.
Yeah, it is a sweet thing now that I think about it. Thank you.
Yeah. The thing is,
why?
I thought
he's a hooker.
I think it's a gigolo.
He's whatever Hawk wants him.
He's a gigolo. His son's a juggalo.
Yeah, well said.
Go ahead, Ben.
You know, I thought because of the travel to the UK and the quick wraparound to LA, I felt like, all right, our schedule's sort of front loaded with all these away games. And then you look at the remaining schedule; it's really not.
It's not.
It's not at all.
Boy.
We have the game this weekend in Detroit, and then we are home for 2, and then it's Green Bay, and then it's the long trip to Seattle. That's always a tough one.
Home against Washington.
Then we go to
Dallas.
Then 2 back-to-back trips again.
Yeah.
To Dallas and New York.
Yeah.
And then we finally finish up with 2 home games. But it really doesn't get any easier from a travel schedule, and it certainly doesn't get easier from a talent, standpoint. I mean, a lot of these teams now, I think the Bears, right, are better,
on their way
way better than they were week 1. The Packers are the Packers. They're rolling. They're a top 2 or 3 team in the league. Seattle's going to be a tough. That's always. I don't even care if it's Geno or somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Matt Flynn that we're playing out in Seattle. Playing at Seattle is going to be a tough game. The Commanders, when they're healthy, probably a top 12 team in the league. And then the Cowboys right now. I mean, when I heard Brian Schottenheimer wants to sort of tamp down a little bit of all this love that they're getting offensively because their statistics, and he's trying to say like they haven't done anything yet. It's true. I mean, when you keep these guys focused, but when their offense is rolling, that is the number 1 offense in the league. So yeah. And again, and then the Giants will be tough because it's they've got some excitement building there, and then we have the 2 division games to close out at home. I mean, thankfully we get them at home, but
and one's on Christmas.
This could get really bad, but we'll see.
It could.
But again, I'm not a super strong take, but one that I'll agree with Corey because I've heard you talk about it all week long, and it's something that you and I have believed in from the very get-go. If we can play competitive, I'm less concerned about the wins and losses, and I'm more concerned about the wins that we see out of J.J. McCarthy. If we feel like at the end of the season we are a 5-win team, but we feel like we potentially could have a second year like a Drake May or something similar where we found our guy. Like let's start building this foundation with this new quarterback that we know is going to be around for the next 10 years. That to me is a successful 2025. Given all of the injuries and given all the ups and downs and given it seems like we don't have a lot of hope when it comes to the short term. If you forecast this thing out long term and we feel like we've got a quarterback, it's 100% a winning season.
Yeah, and you
us.
can say, the players that are at the end of their careers, like the Harrison Smiths, we don't know how much time Adam Thielen has left, guys like that wanted to come back and make 1 or 2 more runs at this. Yeah, they don't want a 5-win season. That's not a win for them. But for the long-term fans that are in this to see an actual Super Bowl at some point, that's the main goal.
That's the
Final
goal.
Quarterback.
Yep. That's the goal. And the thing is, again, to reference a guy like Drake May, the window doesn't have to be. Now I'm just predicting that McCarthy picks it up. He learns a ton. We see so many flashes of brilliance that it doesn't have to be like, oh, we got to wait year 5, 6, and 7 for him to take off. We can put together a winning, competitive football team and a championship level football team in year 2 of him starting. So year 3 of his professional career, it could start that early as long as we see what we see this year.
Do you know Drake May is 3rd right now for MVP odds according to DraftKings? It's Mahomes 1, Josh Allen 2, Drake May 3.
Where's the running back from Indy?
He is tied for Taylor. 7th.
He should be
so
wow.
Yeah,
so it goes Mahomes 1, Allen 2, Drake May 3, Stafford 4, Baker 5. Ready for this one? I think we can all guess. Daniel Jones 6. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, how about the Colts having 6 and 7?
Then Jordan Love and Jonathan Taylor are tied at 7th. But, we talked about Darnold, we talked about Aaron Rodgers, but sneakily, Daniel Jones just walks right out the door, and I don't think anybody was screaming to bring Daniel Jones back.
Well, we never saw him play.
Never played.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
And he was terrible with the Giants.
Onto. Yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Now he's killing it. All right, that was kind of Vikings news.
That was good.
Yeah.
This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.
KFAN welcomes Trans-Siberian Orchestra for 2 amazing shows at Target Center on December 28th at 3 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Get the complete show details, including a link to buy tickets at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Hey, on-air production meeting?
Yes, sir.
Tom Pelissero at 8:20, right?
That is correct. At 8:20, and then
Grenard
about
after?
8:40. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun, man.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Grenard's on the old injury report.
Yeah, ankle?
Yeah, limited? Is that what
limited.
they said?
Yeah, limited. Yep.
And they said ankle?
No!
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Ankle.
Isn't that weird? Don't they normally not necessarily let people talk when they're on the injury report?
About that, yeah. And because he'd been busy all week so far, and they've been trying to get him on for. So I was wondering if I might get an email or text saying it couldn't happen today. But I have gotten nothing about that.
It's one of those weird things. Like if we go, "Hey, how's your ankle?" and you're like, "Great."
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
nothing.
Are we going to get somebody in trouble by him saying something that he shouldn't be saying about his own health? I don't know how this works.
Oh,
hey, look, we just asked the questions, and if he puts himself in a bad spot, it's his problem, not ours.
Yeah. And last time we were going to ask, what were you going to ask him?
About toilets or something, or crapping in a bedpan.
And by the way, let's just say it like it is. He did not call in.
Yeah.
So let's maybe not talk. I mean, you could ask him that
about
maybe
bedpans.
Don't preview it. Because that might keep him from picking up the phone.
Yeah, but it sounds like. Right. But he's going to get in less trouble if we ask him about using a bedpan as opposed to what's your status for Sunday.
Yeah.
Pat Kessler, is that a good question?
That's a disgrace.
I agree.
Oh, wow, Pat.
He's right,
Pat.
though.
Wow.
He's right.
That's not very friendly.
Where are you right now, Pat?
I'm on the beach.
Hey. Whoa.
Surf's up, brother.
What are you doing?
You gotta let me ask the questions because I know the answers.
Oh, sorry.
I don't have one.
Hey, Pat. Should Sauce go to the beach?
It's pretty cool.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no, he's saying it's cold outside. He's saying you shouldn't. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I see it now. Sorry, Zacho.
Yeah.
Ask that question again.
Hey, should Sauce go to the beach?
Don't. No. Don't go in there.
Brilliant.
This is. Oh, hold on, Big Ed. What do you have to say to Tommy?
Don't. No. Don't go in there.
Actually, what is Fargo? What should he tell Fargo as he's in the elevator with Tommy?
Turn around. He's coming right at you.
Oh, Mr. Kessler.
He's great.
You gotta get him on the show.
Yeah.
I'm worried that he doesn't like us.
I've asked him like 3 times and he's always out of town.
And I'm worried he doesn't like us.
I think he doesn't want that smoke. I think he's afraid that he's a very smart guy. He's an intelligent guy. I don't think he wants to get smoked by you guys at initials.
Is that
he's
what it
afraid
is?
to look dumb.
Yeah,
maybe.
He doesn't want this smoke. Look at Sauce over there. He's afraid of Sauce. 100%.
I'm not smart.
That's a disgrace.
Oh. Thanks, Dad.
Anyway, I believe it's time for Vikings News. And as you mentioned, Corey, we will have not only .com Tom Pelissero, but we'll have Jonathan Grenard, we believe, next hour.
The Detroit Lions, Vikings News, brought to you by Radco. Thanks, Radco.
There you go, buddy.
It's time for Vikings News on the Power Trip, presented by
Radco!
Truck Accessories Pro.
Sure truck, have it your way, baby.
The Detroit Lions have played 3 home games in 2025, Ben Lieber. They beat Chicago by 31.
Yeah.
They beat Cleveland by 24. They beat a pretty good Tampa Bay team by 15.
Yeah.
So 2 touchdowns or more, all 3 home games. Jared Goff this year, in terms of margin of victory, Jared Goff this year, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You know, we just went through the top, 7 or 8 MVP names. How about a 5-2 squad with a 5-1 touchdown to interception ratio? I mean, Goff's just quietly killing it, and nobody seems to care.
Yeah.
15 touchdowns, 3 picks. Take that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty remarkable what they can do offensively. I mean, we all know that there's creativity. You got to be alert for everything. There's pre-snap motions. There's shifts. And those shifts aren't just like regular, like, a tight end hop motions over and like, this is the running back. Like they will go full on tackle over. I mean, they'll have Penei Sewell that will just like hop over and play, the left side tight end spot and then, run a play there. And it actually might just be like a cutback run play, but they get you defensively to think about so much. And then, by the way, they're not afraid in the first quarter to run a hook and ladder, so there's creativity, there's speed, there's efficiency. I mean, you look at the way that Goff is playing and he does get the ball out and it's just, he knows he's so precise about where he's going to go with the football and he sees the field so well. It's really hard to cover all of the receivers as they go out in the routes. And so it is just going to be about not getting frustrated, handling that first wave in that first quarter. Mm-hmm. But then the other part of it is they are pretty relentless. I mean, I believe that they are 4th in the league in fourth quarter points scored. They score over 10 points a game in the fourth quarter alone.
Wow.
So they just put the hammer down. I mean, they step on the accelerator. They don't ever let up.
They don't punt.
They don't punt. They're going to go for it on 4th down no matter where they are on the field. Oof. And so offensively, they're a juggernaut. And Goff is doing a great job. I would say that I think the issues that we have defensively, if we don't fix those immediately, it's going to be a long day for our defense. Because what we haven't done is get any pressure on the inside. And that is, to me, one of the biggest things to get Jared Goff flustered is if we can get inside pressure in those A and B gaps and actually flush him outside. Unlike Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert, like we didn't want those guys going outside the pocket because they do so much damage. They're so creative. You get secondary routes by the receivers, and they get those guys open. That was the killer. Plus, they can run. Jared Goff's not like that. And we actually want him to get outside the pocket and get flustered and have to make decisions off platform. The only problem is we haven't proven that we can provide that pressure inside.
Well, how much does this help? Because the full participants yesterday that were on the injury report, Christian Darrisaw, full participant. Yep. That doesn't necessarily help what you just said. J.J. McCarthy, of course, took all the first team snaps. But how about Andrew Van Ginkel? It looks like he's trending the right way. Full participant yesterday in practice. Do you expect him to play on Sunday? Is that the word on the street? Is that the vibe or what?
I do now. This is the most positive news that we've seen from him. And, I had heard about the play that he got injured on, but I don't know if you guys saw it. No. I mean, it's actually, I forget who posted, and they found the actual play where he got upended and fell on. I mean, it's remarkable how high he jumps in the air. So basically, he jumps in the air against the Bears, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's trying to block a pass. He may actually even tipped it. And the running back cuts his legs out. And he literally legit falls on top of his head.
On his head, yeah.
Like straight on top of his head. So he was, there's like a concussion issue that they're dealing with along with a neck injury that sort of just got re-aggravated. So based on the way that he got injured, I understand why he's been out. I mean, that's a tricky situation. You got all the weight falling on the top of your head. I'm surprised he didn't actually damage his neck even further. But it's great positive news that he's listed in the injury report the way he is. And, I'm sure that they're probably going to put some sort of, red vest, protective vest, even if they go somewhat live this week to get ready. He will be protected. They'll probably keep his head out of a lot of stuff. So I would imagine that as long as the lower body's good and he's feeling in shape and, hopefully he can give us a full game and not be on a total pitch count. But, yeah, things are looking good for him.
Yeah, and you know what? You did a great job breaking that down. He did speak to the media yesterday and kind of talked about that injury. Andrew?
I had a concussion against the Bears when I landed on my head.
Yeah.
That also kind of re-aggravated the neck. And, it's just it's been a long process. And, I've been careful with how I've been able to handle this and going through the motions of, progressing well so I can get back on the field and, help this team win.
And they asked him specifically about how the rest of his body's feeling, if he's ready to go.
I feel really good with where I'm at. I've been able to practice in a limited role in the past couple of weeks and been able to just ramp it up and being able to get back on the field, get some team reps in, and it's been a great progression.
So there you go.
I want everybody to know I'm totally speculating here, only from a guy that has had some neck issues. It's challenging, especially if his protocol involves some sort of epidural, which I've had several. You do need time for that medicine to work. And the last thing you want to do is go out there and, throw your head around, especially when you're dealing with a concussion. Now, I never had a concussion along with the neck issues, but it's like, it is a tricky thing because sometimes it's nerve related. And anybody that's had a nerve issue, it takes a long time for that nerve, not only for those discs in that area to kind of calm down, but also when it's pressing against nerves that are like, you need nerve function to have your muscles and your body to function in a way that's going to keep you safe and be productive. So I understand that it's a tricky injury if it's something similar that I've kind of dealt with. So I'm glad to see he's been out there. He's been getting some work in practice. And so hopefully, we've seen a lot of these guys come back, but being on pitch count, it seems like what he's saying that he is ramping up into a full capacity. So I'm hoping that he can give us, all 60, 65 snaps.
Now, Sauce, this is something you struggled with because you once got tech neck because you were doom scrolling looking for Harbaugh news on Twitter and you hurt your neck.
You are correct.
Did you get an epidural? What was that timeline like? What was that process of recovery?
It was tough. My neck hurt real bad and it was shooting lightning pain down my right arm. And once I got some good drugs, I just laid on the couch for like 24 hours.
What kind of drugs? Did you get an epidural?
No, I got steroids. Yeah.
So nobody
gives
steroids.
an F anymore.
Wow.
You can't get steroids.
Pat.
You didn't give those to Chris?
Why can't I ever talk?
Why can't you give those to Chris?
No, not like muscly steroids.
The sleepy steroids.
Yeah.
Not the muscly ones.
What about muscly babes?
Can you tell them apart?
Muscly babes, Woodhawk.
It's one of his top choices.
I'm on the
I was
beach.
going to say, I think that might be one of his top choices.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got the regular steroids, whatever they are.
You ever hear somebody like Andrew Van Ginkel complain about his neck and you basically just say, hold my beer? And then you tell him about your 42 and a half, 42 or 43 years on the planet?
I'm just saying.
He does that with Creasel.
Yeah, I do. I go, Creasel, look out.
Look what I have to deal with.
I know I'm the boy who cried wolf. That's the most pain I've ever been in my entire life. It was hideous.
Physical pain.
God, Corey. I say nothing but nice things about you.
Yeah, did you take steroids for the other pain?
No.
I
went to the loon for that.
I think you had grape apes at the loon to
I went to the
numb
loon
that
for
other
that.
pain.
Yeah. About 84 Dos Equis.
Mr. Mahoney, hi.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. God, Rosie's here.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, Mahoney's picking up the tab.
Yeah, go Vikings.
What else the thing is, like, okay, let's look at this the thing is, there is hope that we can be competitive and win this game. I mean, you look at our offensive line. Thankfully, I think we're all going to be accounted for outside of Ryan Kelly.
I believe.
I think you're correct.
I mean, that's huge, right? One of my biggest things I'm watching outside. I mean, everybody's watching how McCarthy is going to play, but this is the thing that I want to see, and I'm hoping that he has learned from just watching the game from the sideline, is that, yes, you want to be in system. I understand that he wants to do what KOC wants him to do. That we want this to be a big play offense. But understand that there's always going to be an outlet. And again, checkdowns are a win. They're not the sexy win, but we have guys, much like the Detroit offense, so much of their big plays come yards after catch. You don't see Jared Goff a lot of times just wind up and chuck it down the field to Williams, 50 yards down the field, and they're hoping for a big play. They just sort of murder you by hitting, short intermediate routes and letting their guys go to work. So having this ability to check down, always know where your outlets are, I think that's going to be huge for him. And then secondarily, and I just mentioned it with Herbert and Hurts, dude, you're an athletic guy. If you break the pocket, that doesn't mean that you have to break the line of scrimmage. Buy some time. Understand how difficult it is for our defensive backs to have to cover these guys in a scramble route situation when they get second chance routes to run. Do the same thing for our guys. Break outside the pocket, buy some time, allow these guys to pivot, find open grass, keep your eyes open, and just deliver the ball, just like these other quarterbacks have done to our defense. I know it's not within the scheme of the offense, but it's productive and it's deadly. If we can do that to this defense, which they're getting some guys healthy back in their secondary, I get all that. They're getting their linebacker healthy. We just saw Aiden Hutchinson got paid. He's going to be extra motivated. I know this is going to be a formidable defense, but it's not like they're unstoppable. I mean, they're allowed to make mistakes. Yeah. They're allowed to get down on themselves. They're allowed to be frustrated as well. Can you imagine if he goes in there and starts picking apart this defense, how frustrated that they're going to be with themselves, that this young quarterback in his third start is picking them apart? Like, he can do that.
I would love to see him play well and have command of the offense and make some decisions that look like they were his decision, if you know what I mean. I would also like to see a kickoff return without a penalty. Yeah. And I would also like to see a clean catch every time that is not reviewed and gone the wrong. I want to see a regular football game with a quarterback who looks like we have a possibility for a future.
Yes.
That's what I'd love to see a win.
I'd like to see about 3 or 4 first downs in a row. Just a good drive. Just get the ball, move down even if you kick a field goal. Don't go 3 and out on that whenever you get the ball. Don't go 3 and out on your first
I'd like to
drive.
see the Deftones at halftime.
I would like to see you go to kindness camp.
Where is that? What kind of activities are we doing?
Learning how to be nice to people.
The whole time?
Nice to you.
Is there team building?
Yeah.
Like what? Calm down. You're on camera. We can all see that.
That's more of a wrist building exercise.
I would like to see Will Reichert not have to battle with Circus of the Stars above his head every game as well.
Yeah, that's an illusion.
Kirk Cameron on a tightrope.
Honestly, if I see a penalty on a punt return or a kickoff return again, I'm going to throw up in the booth.
And you're gonna be there.
I am.
I was going through the checkout yesterday at Target.
Yeah.
While the kiddo was at gymnastics, and I heard security come over in the self-checkout line, and you know how they have one person from Target monitoring the whole area? She called security over because I guess it had happened while my back was turned. Somebody puked in the trash can of the self-checkout lanes, and they had to call security over. That's when you say, gross. What am I doing?
Yeah, gross.
I'm just trying to watch people check out, and now I'm dodging puke bullets. Threw up in the trash can.
Puke bullets.
That's not... The bathroom's 15 feet away.
Sometimes it's coming out. You can't
do anything about it.
Puked in the trash can. At least they made it to the trash can.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Even the word puke.
Puke's gross.
Yeah.
Sure is. Strong take.
Thank you.
Tom Pelissero in like 15 minutes. Jonathan Grenard later. Ben Lieber is here. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.